Y'all want to know who had crazy face throughout this whole ordeal with Hurricane Milton? He ain't had no Bible. He went up there praying. I don't know what he was doing in his little rowboat. But Lieutenant Dan, honey, he was showing that he had some crazy faith. He had that radical faith. He was. Let me tell you something. That storm came. He was laughing. He said, "I ain't going nowhere." He stood toes down, even though he got one leg cut off at the knee. He said, "God sent me here to Florida," and he said he wasn't going nowhere. He said when the waves come, he said his boat just gonna go with it. He didn't know what his boat was gonna do, but he was speaking. He was speaking. Guess what? Why everybody, even my family, they was boarding up the house. He was on his little rowboat. Matter of fact, his boat was raggedy. Guess what he got out of the whole deal? He got over $50,000, almost $100,000. They said they gonna buy him a brand new boat. And then they said with his boat, he says he got to promise them that he's gonna travel around the world. And he said they was gonna pay for that because he was gonna have people to actually pay because he was an influencer, and he was going to update on where he was going, and they was gonna fund that for him. All because of Milton. Let me tell you something. I don't care what kind of storm it is, but if you got some crazy faith and you got some, I don't care who said, "Oh, you crazy," "Oh, he ain't got good sense," or "She ain't got good sense." You got to be crazy about the things that you do in this world. I don't care how you're dressing, because he ain't had no shirt on. He had on some old pair of pants on, and I'm just saying he was in the back. Hey, to me, he looked like a little old wino. But look, he came out a winner. God said He'll use anybody as long as you believe in what He told you. He said, "I'll use you." He didn't care about, though. Every time when they Dan, Lieutenant Dan, he peeped up. "Oh, I'm trying to sleep." He trying to sleep. While the waves and everything is roaring, he's trying to sleep. While everybody else is trying to find hide, he on his boat, honey, eating an apple. He wasn't moved by Hurricane Milton. He didn't care if it was a category 10. He said, "I ain't going nowhere." Then they had a nerve to lie and say, "Oh, he was oh, they got him, and they had to make him leave." He said they ain't make him leave. He said he been on this boat all night. All night. They paying, brother. Okay? I learned a lot from Lieutenant Dan, and I wish you well, Lieutenant Dan. I really do, because he taught me something. You stand 10 toes down. I don't care your belief. You have to have that unwavering faith. You have to stand down on what you believe. I know he said he ain't had no money, but they was there to rescue him. He said he wasn't going. He stood there. That's what I got out of this. That's what made me smile. I'm glad everybody is safe in Florida, but I like to hear outcomes like this. Lieutenant Dan, I wish you well, brother. I really do.